In today's video, Dog Squad, we're going to be doing our playoff predictions. It is here, the 2024-25 playoff of the NFL is finally here, and we're going to be making our bracket predictions, and I will decide who come out on top. I don't think I've ever done a full bracket prediction before for the NFL in my past couple of years doing this during the NFL season. I've done first NFL season ever doing videos was 2022. This is my third going into ending my third year of doing NFL videos on the channel. We're getting close to 1K though. We're about 25 away, so let's try to get this. I'm going to try to see if I can make this video much better, more edited, maybe add some music into it and all that, because y'all, like I said, the way we do these videos. So I'm doing my bracket prediction, and hopefully y'all enjoy it, because I'm trying to keep these views up, get back to where we used to be, and hopefully we can make sure we can get to 1K soon, so I can probably do a Madden stream. Since this is a sports channel, we'll be doing a Madden stream with friends. So without further ado, let's get right into this video. Alright, Dog Squad, here we are. We have the playoff bracket. And we start off with the AFC. What we're going to do is we're going to go all the way from round to round. Then we're going to go jump back over the AFC to the divisional, then the NFC divisional, and then the AFC Championship, then, of course, the Super Bowl. So, we're going to start off with the Chargers and Texans. I just don't think the Texans are as good this year. C.J. Stroud, hopefully, maybe he'll play better in the postseason. Of course, I like C.J. Stroud, so hope you guys hope he succeeds. But I had the Chargers win this game, and then the Chargers both more well-balanced. But we saw the Browns kind of look like they were going to be better than the Texans last year. Then they went into the playoffs and did not play well. Texans blew them out. That's going to have to be the thing with the Chargers. Justin Herbert's not won a playoff game. He's only made one playoff appearance. And what happened with Brian Staley was, when he was head coach, he blew the lead. This time they have Jim Harbaugh, which can win playoff games. I have more confidence in him than the Houston Texans, who just haven't been playing well. Really, it's only been the defense that's been what we expected. The Chargers are going to win this game. Moving on, we have the Ravens Steelers. This is going to be obviously a fight, a dog battle. But we saw that last time we played Baltimore, though. We thought it was going to be a dog battle, and it was at first. Then the Ravens started pulling away, and it came a double-digit win for Baltimore. We know Lamar doesn't play as well in the playoffs, but he does. I think he won't mess it up this time. I don't think Pittsburgh is on the right track. They did not have the right momentum going into the postseason, while the Ravens did, winning the AFC North. I have Baltimore winning this game. Bills and Broncos. I love that the Broncos are in it. Congratulations to them for making it for the first time since they won the Super Bowl with Peyton Manning. I just don't think they have it. I think they can make it close. I honestly think they can put up a fight with the Bills, but Josh Allen, I think, will be able to get this team rolling. I don't think there'll be any confusion. I think the Bills will be more prepared in this postseason game. You know, they can't ever take it the whole distance. Eventually, they'll probably stop, and we'll go over it in just a second when they do or if they do. But I think Denver can make it close with Bo Nix, and that defense is tremendous. But I think Josh Allen will be able to do enough finding any of those receivers that didn't look like they were going to be as good this year going into the season. They've proven themselves to be able to help the Bills win games, especially Keon Coleman as a rookie. The Buffalo Bills take over. So we got the AFC division, we got the Chiefs and Chargers, and Bills Ravens. All right, Lions are the first seed. Congratulations to them. Hope they can win this game. Hope they can win the Super Bowl. Rams and Vikings. I'm going to still take the Vikings. I think people give them a lot of hate after that game against the Lions. Sure, they didn't do well, but you got to admit, the Vikings are still a good team. They put up a lot of points this year. They're a tough offense to run. The defense for LA has been playing pretty well lately, but I don't think they're going to be a singing team like the Vikings. Remember, the Vikings did beat the Rams earlier in the year, but I think this will be different. I think Minnesota's going to come back, want revenge. They won't be playing in LA this time. The Wildfires pray for everyone in LA. They won't be playing. They're really playing in Glendale, Arizona at the Cardinals Stadium. I think Minnesota's offense and a really good defense will be able to handle the Rams, because the Rams have not been putting up as many points as they did when they played Buffalo. I don't think I can't really see it being as much different. The Vikings get the W, and they move on to the divisional round. Buccaneers and Commanders. Hey, the Commanders, we usually see these teams that develop in that regular season that haven't been doing much before usually win those games. Now, we've seen Miami be that situation. You know, they were last year, and well, they were playing at Arrowhead, and a couple years ago they played in Buffalo, back quarterback, all that. So Miami, I'm sure, could have had a chance of winning a playoff game, maybe if they hosted it, but you know that could be for anyone. Bears have a lot of hype, and So does Tampa win the division. We have seen Tampa play in the past, just lately. They were playing well. They blew out the Chargers. They've got a good team, but I think the Commanders, I just have to just say, they've been just so well this year. I just see it happening where they get their first playoff win since 2006. I think it happens this year. Jaden Daniels has been playing tremendous this year. Could definitely win Offensive Rookie of the Year. I believe he's the favorite winning it. I think he can come up and help this team win. And I think the Buccaneers will just make way too many mistakes. They won't execute as much as they need to. Mariners have a solid defense that can protect it. Buccaneers don't have as good of a defense as you want to say they do. I think that the Commanders their offense succeeds pretty efficiently against that Tampa Bay defense. And then we have the Commanders defense defending. It's going to have to be watching out for Mike Evans and Baker Mayfield. They'll make plays when they need to. They'll make important plays, but I don't think it'll be enough to beat the Commanders. The Commanders have a lot of hype, and they're determined to win again a playoff game, especially with the squad they have now. Eagles and Packers, look, I would love if Green Bay went into Philadelphia. Doesn't even matter if they blew them out. I would love it if that would laugh. What they did last year to us, I want Green Bay to lose. But I would love it, honestly. The thing is, actually, I want Philly to lose too. It's kind of hard, but I want both teams to lose. I would like both teams to be out. Because, for one, I don't want the Eagles going anywhere. Then I don't like the Packers. I don't like what they've done to us and ruining our chances at a championship appearance or even in a Super Bowl. But I just was a pick. Gotta go Philadelphia. They're the much better team. Green Bay hasn't looked as good against tough teams this year. Eagles have a really good scoring defense. It's going to be hard. Jalen Hurts might be a little still banged up, but he'll be fine enough with Saquon to be able to run. The Packers have a pretty solid defense, but it won't be enough to stop Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley, especially what Saquon Barkley's done in the previous games he's played in the playoffs. Last time he was in the playoffs, he played tremendous against the Vikings. Of course, the Eagles are different, I believe, than what those Vikings were. But I do think that Philadelphia does come on top in this game and gets the win against the Packers, and they move on to the divisional round. So it looks like right now for our AFC and NFC divisionals, we got 8 teams remaining. We got Chiefs and Chargers, Bills and Ravens. NFC side, we got Lions, Commanders, Eagles, Vikings. Let's move over to the AFC side. Chiefs and Chargers. Look, I'm already going to say it. Kansas City's winning this game. Chargers aren't going to be. Chargers barely even beat the Chiefs ever. They almost did back about twice this year. I know the Chiefs aren't looking as good, but they'll get the win here. They're going to get the win against the rival, the Chargers. The Chargers aren't as talented as what the Chiefs are, especially when it comes to Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs. It's completely different when Kansas City, Andy Reid, all of them are in the postseason when it comes to them trying to win a Super Bowl. It's the more experienced Kansas City team than the Chargers probably ever had. And the Chargers aren't ready enough to make a Super Bowl run. I mean, sure, they could pull off Cinderella, but not against Kansas City. They'll make it a close game, but the Chiefs got it. They'll get the win. Bills and Ravens, I'm not going to trust Lamar against this. And I'm not going to trust the Ravens and John Harbaugh in this situation, especially when it comes down to we've had the Bills be in situations before where they're going to be able to get through a tough team as long as it's not Kansas City. And it's always destined for the Bills to play Kansas City in the AFC Championship game. Who knows who they'll win? We'll go to that in a second. I don't think the Ravens will be able to pull this off. Sure, they can make this a battle. They got the talent to do it. Their defense is now much better. They're getting guys that are back. But Buffalo and Josh Allen will be able to do quite a bit and move the ball and score points, especially if they pass a lot through a defense that was led by Mike McDonald last year. This defense isn't as good this year for Baltimore. I think Josh Allen will have a good time moving the ball, but I think also Lamar will make plays, but I think it'll be too many mistakes from him, and I don't think it will be enough for Ravens to win to make up for those mistakes. The Bills get the W, and they move on to the AFC Championship game. Lions and Commanders for the NFC. Obviously, Detroit, I don't think that, look at some story, the Commanders aren't good enough to make it far. It's the same with the Chargers. Look, Lions are great. The Lions are getting guys back on defense. Sure, they banged up, but the Commanders won't be able to do as much. They'll be just as stuck in a path like Tampa Bay was last year. They'll be like, "Oh, we're gonna make a run." Now you're gonna get stuck in the NFC divisional game and lose to Detroit. And Detroit's obviously has all this rhythm, all this fire under them. They got the home field. They're gonna be great. They're gonna be ready to play against an experienced playoff Commanders team. I think Detroit takes the win. They'll go to the NFC Championship the second year in a row. Eagles and Vikings. This is where it comes tough. What will be the case for Philadelphia and Minnesota? Well, my friends, I would think the Vikings would pull off the game against the Rams. I think the Eagles pull off against the Packers. But it comes down to between the Eagles and the Vikings. We compare. I don't know if Sam Darnold's going to play as well as we've seen him against a tough defense of Philadelphia. I don't know if that will happen. I have a feeling it's going to be on the road. Philadelphia is a loud place to play. It's wild. It's crazy to play there. I don't think Eagles are experienced right now. Jalen Hurts looks like he's experienced in the postseason. Well, at least that first year when they were really good. We've seen this before. I'd love to see Minnesota beat Philadelphia. I'd love the Vikings to make it to the Detroit to take on the Lions in the NFC Championship game. Now, I seriously think that it's Vikings defense. They've been known for turnovers all year, and they can force the ball out of Jalen Hurts' hands. But when it comes down to it, the offense will get the job done, and Philadelphia will move on. They got key pieces. They got Saquon. They got Brown, Devontae Smith. They got a lot of guys on that offense that'll be able to do just good enough against a very good Vikings defense. Won't be good enough in this situation. Eagles take it to the NFC Championship. All right, so I know it looks a little 1-2 duel crap, but just look what we have right here. We got 1-5-2-3, 1-6-2-5. I'm not like I'm going by the higher seed. It's just what it is. It's just the matchups. I'm not gonna go by a wild seed. All right, so we got AFC Championship, NFC Championship, Chiefs, Bills, Lions, Eagles. Now, Chiefs, Bills. We've seen this so many times. The AFC Championship game. We've seen it. We know how it is. When it comes down to it, Patrick Mahomes knows a way to defeat Buffalo in Arrowhead in the playoffs. Not even in Arrowhead. No one wants it to be in Arrowhead. They beat them in Buffalo last year. Buffalo looked like they maybe can make a Super Bowl run. I would love the Bills to have a chance at winning this game, but you just cannot take Kansas City. When you're predicting a bracket, you just can't take Kansas City out of the Super Bowl. You just can't. You just cannot not place your bets. They didn't look that good either last year. They had the 3 seed. You don't see that much out of them, but they won the Super Bowl, didn't they? We'll see if they even win it. Lions and Eagles. Be a packed house of Detroit. They're trying to make the Super Bowl for the first time, I believe, in franchise history. It's going to be wild. It's going to be a lot of hype for these players, for the Lions. The Eagles are going to march in there and do. Now we compare both sides of the ball. Lions offense for Eagles defense. That's going to be huge. It's going to be huge. Lions offense, dude. They got way too many trick plays to be able to fool Philadelphia. That defense versus the offense. Lions defense. They're banged up, but you saw what they did against the Vikings. I think it'll be a close game. And it's going to be a really good game when those two fight. You gotta give the edge of the Lions. I'm gonna give the edge of the Lions. And of course, I want them to go to the Super Bowl. That'd be great. And plus, I had the prediction of the Super Bowl at the beginning of the year. It's gonna probably happen. I honestly think it will. Chiefs and the Lions. I had the same Super Bowl this year. It all comes down to this: Chiefs, known for winning Super Bowls, 3 Super Bowls for Patrick Mahomes. Lions have not made a Super Bowl, I think, in franchise history. Trying to win their first. I'm gonna be loyal. Picking Detroit. They got the team to do it. Sure, one of their defense has had some trouble. Chiefs offense hasn't scored as many points as you want them to. Patrick Mahomes will put up some magical numbers, I'm sure. But this Lions team is enough to stop them. This Lions team will get back in the rhythm. If they make the Super Bowl and Hutchinson will be back, this defense with Aaron Glenn will be tremendous once again. They'll be able to stop Kansas City and Patrick Mahomes. They'll be able to stop the three-peats from happening. And Ben Johnson, Dan Campbell, that offense with Jared Goff, David Montgomery will be back in the divisional round. Jahmyr Gibbs will run through them. Steve Spagnuolo is a great defensive coordinator and can pull off some nasty schemes to stop the Lions, but it won't be enough. Detroit will find a way to win it. Detroit, they've got all these type of weapons more, I believe, than I think the Chiefs will produce going into the future years. More than the Chiefs will do in this year. Sure, they got Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce. amount of stat guys that Lions have, Detroit will win it. Just like I said at the beginning of the year, Lions will get the job done. They'll be the better team in the Super Bowl, and they will get the win. It'll be close. Somehow the Chiefs will probably try to find a way. Nah, this Lions team is way too good. Way too talented on both sides of the ball. Way too well balanced. Even special teams. Jake Bates will be knocking down them 50-yard field goals. Lions win the Super Bowl, and that, my friends, is my prediction. They're plus 300 bets, and I think they're the most bet team, too, to win it all. I want to thank you so much for watching, Dog Squad. I'll make sure this video is good edited for y'all, and I'll see you next time. Peace. I'll say it happens this year. I don't think the Chiefs make a three-peat, so if you're a Lions fan out there, congratulations. Your team, I am predicting the Detroit Lions to win Super Bowl. Sorry. Do I have to log in? Okay. Sorry. Okay, Lions win the Super Bowl.